Hello, and welcome to something a little bit the same, a little bit different. I'm your host, the Social Solipsist, as always, on this lovely channel of mine, and I am going to take a crack at Deathwing. Um, I've sort of been on this 40k kick for a little bit now. I've got a bunch of the 40k games. A lot of them I haven't touched for various reasons, and as I talked about at the end of Necromunda Hired Gun. I'm always curious, but like Games Workshop and the people who it contracts out to are a mess. This, I believe, is also made by Strumon Studio, the same people who made Deathwing, or sorry, who made Necromunda rather. And when it first came out, at the very least, it was not well received. I don't know what the state of it is now. I heard that it got a little better. I don't know if that was in reference to the original version getting updates or to this version, the enhanced edition, or what. But I think I got this for like $3 during one of the 40k sales. So I'm not going to be too broken up about it one way or the other. Regardless, I'm kind of curious what it's going to be like. That said, the jank is apparent right away. I launched the game and it says press any button to start, and then the game freezes for like a solid 30 seconds. And I think what it was doing was trying to calibrate based on my hardware, but it didn't say anything. It just froze. So that was not a good sign. But here we are regardless. So I'm really curious about this because, as far as I understand it, this is basically an adaptation of the classic Space Hulk scenario that I've made reference to before and talked about with what was the name of that series I did? It's Bionic Dues, which is a great game, really fun. That was an enjoyable series, but this is very, as far as I understand it, basically in the same sort of vein. Same sort of like roguelike dungeon crawler kind of thing. Sidebar, I'm so tired of everything being called a roguelike or a roguelite these days. Just because it has like permadeath doesn't mean it's a roguelike. Anyway, sidebar over. I won't get too much into that. This is I'm hoping this is good, because one of the things I did hear that was pretty good about it and has been pretty consistent with Strumon is that they enjoy their detailed models and nice textures and things like that, and try and do their best to make a visually interesting, if not always like 100% appealing kind of game. So I'm very curious how this will be. So let's, I'm hoping that since the tutorial is down there, to be perfectly honest, as far as I understand this has a perfectly fine single player campaign. I may be proven incorrect on that, because I think this also has extensive multiplayer support, and that's what I saw a lot of people playing the multiplayer of it. But as far as I know, it's a perfectly normal single player campaign as well. God, I love the aesthetics of just like pseudo gothic cathedrals in space. Oh, that is a very rough looking texture there, very close up. All right, we got medical servo skulls. Armor synchronization, man, that the UI elements are like, yeah, if there was any question if this was Strumon or not, the UI says it. Looks very much like
Destroy the targets with your storm bolter.
The UI is very much that of I Divide and Cybermancy. Oh, okay. All right. So we've got, it's a little crunchy on the like, you can see all the pixels basically. All right, we've got some drag in the reticle, which is interesting. feel pretty mobile. There's a bit of that, like, it definitely, let's see. All right, so control is to block, I guess. I do have a run, but it's only forward. I guess I should just do the tutorial, huh? All right, left mouse button to fire, right mouse button to zoom. Oh, that is quite the zoom. All right. Oh, and it's toggle by default, which is my preference, but... sensitivity is a little low. Oh, that is... Alright. Is this all I have? This very clunky slider? Why is it 36% by default? Oh god, I hope it's not changing my system setting.
Go to the next test room.
The textures are definitely a little crunchy. When it did the detection, all my settings are at maximum, so I actually thought this would look a little... I was under the impression this might look a little better. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's, with Q... Just that the slapping it to the side with the clunk is so much less satisfying. This audio design is definitely a little jank. Also, if you're, this may not bother you if you're on headphones, but the horizontal panning for the audio is really aggressive, and I'm assuming that's like probably somewhat necessary for like hearing enemies and stuff, but like it does mean that when I walk, it's thump left, right, left, right, left, right. Hold on. Can't see my feet. I was very curious if they had a preferred foot or if it was... So... I think our guy might be left-handed, which is fascinating because he favors the left foot. This is a completely random thing and I'm reading too much into it, but it's funny to me. Limited charging? It says left shift, but it doesn't tell you what to do, because left shift doesn't actually do anything. It's kind of weird just to have just no attack. It's just
a small problem with one of the compensators, but you may continue the tests.
I don't know which chapter we are a part of.
By using your lightning strike psychic power.
Huh.
Detected. Continue testing in the next room.
Okay. So, not all Space Marines have Psyker abilities.
Has been injured by the explosion, as you can see on your status monitor to the right.
I can? Oh, I see.
A
Okay.
psychic portal with the side gate.
It's not working. What do you mean? Hello? Why? Wait, what? It did work?
As always, Damage
But
to
I didn't
you
even...
and your squad
I
will
pressed
be
the side gate
removed
like
in this
a bunch of
secure
times, and
zone.
then it only worked when I
Use the
fired
robot
the...
armory to equip yourself with weapons and psychic powers,
Oh.
as well as to check that the armory machine spirit recognizes you.
Okay. Alright, that was kind of a lot.
Use the portal to return to the combat zone.
Huh, okay. Uh... Doesn't say what my class is, it just says your class. Wait, can I not actually change anything? So it just wants to show it to me, but it doesn't actually give me anything to do. Oh, I can switch my gun, but that's it. I don't know what reliability means. That seems... Oh, do we have jams? Is that what we're...
Excellent. The systems are perfectly calibrated.
Also, this is some very aggressive head bobbing. Can I turn that off? No off, but and I don't need really high muzzle flash. That's okay, thanks. Also, it didn't ask me when I started what the difficulty I wanted. It just set it to normal. All right. All right. That's fine. It reset all my volume settings. Why? Well, I'm glad I have the pad on the recording because I turned these down in the main menu. But apparently didn't save it. Alright. Whoops.
Approach each door, then perform the requested action for each one.
I mean, if this is the subtler head bob, it's still really aggressive. Close? It didn't even tell me what to do. I just pressed E because that's what I assumed it was. That's not great, tutorial. Oh, it says up there. That's terrible. Why the fuck would I... Everybody knows gamers don't look up. Hold E to block? That isn't even right. Hold control to block. Did you mean hold E to close? I know this is Slavjank, but that translation should have been fixed. I don't know why I would block there anyway. I think that means close. Strike with your melee weapon. There's also... Maybe... I didn't think I saw a wind-up on the... no, there is a wind-up. I just swear it didn't happen, because on that second strike I did, it was a wind-up... Or that was a charge strike. There's like no... I didn't see any indicator, okay? What do you mean? Oh. Did I not do the right thing? Oh. Okay, that could have been explained. Because when you... Okay. So what you mean was reinforce or something, or like... I don't know. Block is a weird... You can't just say block in a game like this, because this is block. You're doing combat. So... At least say block door? And also the fact that that interaction did nothing until I pointed at the thing that it wanted me to point at. Because it just said interact with the door, right? Not necessarily the panel, so...
There is some interference, but we are working on it. Go to the next room. Destroy the walls by hitting them in melee to find an important relic.
Don't like the sound of that. I don't think that's a good noise. That said, usually when 40K talks about relics, that usually means heretical pieces of archaeotech, so it's probably super evil. Smells like heresy. Oh yeah, STC. So, well, okay. This should be fine, because it says penetrator rounds, Kraken penetrator rounds, but STC refers to, I forget exactly what it stands for. It's like standard template something or other. It's basically like, okay, the 40K universe, the Empire basically never made anything itself. Everything it has, or basically everything it has came from the Dark Age of technology, which was the era, like, sort of, I think between like M21 and like M29, which is basically when humanity was at its most rampant. It's like pre-Imperium. I'm just gonna rant on this for a second. This is probably super inaccurate, so don't like cite me as a source on this. I'm just rambling off the top of my head. But basically, all the technology, or some variant of thereof, came from that the Imperium came from the Dark Age of technology, because that's when humanity was at its technological height, and also doing like its most unethical shit. So that's also when like things like AIs, which are banned in the Imperium, were sort of their most powerful. Now there are some very good reasons why technology from the Dark Age of technology is considered heretical. Some of those things are incredibly cursed and evil. But also everything, the whole like lore behind it, and how the Imperium adopts new technologies is basically, we have our funny little guys, the Mechanicus, who constantly go out digging for new technologies from the Dark Age of technology. They take it home, they do experiments on it, until they figure out what it is and what it does, and then try to adapt it or adopt it for use by the Imperium. There's nothing really new. So, like, STCs are templates for manufacturing, basically. That's
this element and activate the command.
That's very vague. I think you want me to look at these circles, but like,
Nothing to report. Carry on.
well, I'm gonna break the other one too.
Test your long-range hacking system on the turret using your tactical interface and hacking.
Huh? Huh? You're not telling me what to do here, which is interesting. Oh, wait a minute. No, it does say there. So, okay, this mixed UI thing is confusing me. So M. Scan the area. Okay, this interface is garbage. Scan. Gotta scroll in so the UI fits properly. Hack.
More interference. Reconfiguring. Go to the last step.
I was not expecting this to be the moment they threw me into combat, but here we are. Man, the way this thing jumps. Come on, man, you're a space marine. Hold this a little bit steadier than that. Does it still want me to hack the thing? I think we're good.
Eliminate all the hostiles as quickly as possible.
Oh, I can't walk over that. Man, that is an aggressive recoil. Actually, if I don't aim at all, it's like... It actually doesn't jump too crazy. Like, it's very inaccurate, but within a reasonable range.
Apothecaries can use their narthecium to heal their allies. Order your brother to heal you.
Huh? Okay, this interface, being able to... That's so illegible. Heal me is H. Heal you, is that your name? Nahum? 0? Okay, so it's hotkeyed automatically, which is... Yeah.
And order your brother to hack it.
Order... Oh, okay.
No anomaly found.
Alright then. We advise you to choose the following difficulty. Disciple. What difficulty even is that? What does that mean? Disciple. Okay, it just puts me on. Alright, I don't think that's necessary. I don't think I need to be on the easy mode. I have no pride about that. I just, like, obviously I'm interrogating this. Well, I don't know what assessment it could possibly be making other than my aim, maybe. So if it's going off my 15-minute completion time when I'm, you know, doing my analysis of the game, then maybe that's not entirely right. That's what I'm gonna go off of, but we'll see how I do with it. All right, well, yeah, we'll get started in the next one.